Not a good place. Jab is really a weapon.
What is going on? CBC, CBC, CBC. Eddie on stage. What's going on, my brother Chi Ming?
Eddie,
what's up?
Good, bro? What's good? What is the word?
Man, it's been a minute since we've been, it's been a little while. But
Yes,
we're here.
Man. We're here.
We are here with another update.
Yeah, man. It's about to be like, the very, very big season for boxing. A lot of great fights, a lot of intriguing fights. Yeah, it's going to basically shake up how things are going to be looked at for boxing over the next couple of years, some of these fights. So,
yeah, a lot of big fights, man. A lot of big fights, especially what's going on like this month and what's to come. This month alone, we have big coming. And then not only this month, and coming up next month, big fights back to back, weekend after weekend.
Right.
We're there like swimwear.
Yeah, man. It's if you're watching and you have an issue with quality fights that you don't see in boxing, well, this summer they got you taken care of. You got everything popping off. You got all different types of weight classes, big fights in all types of weight classes. The big stars are coming out. Yeah, man, it's going to be great. Like I'm so geeked, I can't wait. You know what I mean? Like it's about to kick off this weekend, and then from here, man, it's going to be sweet all through the summer, man. It's going to be a beautiful thing. I cannot wait. Big matchups, and like I said, they starting this weekend coming up.
Let's kick it off this weekend. Name the freaking. All right, what fight is this weekend? You name it. What is it?
This fight, the big fight this weekend is for the unified welterweight championship of the world.
The WBC IBF.
Earl Spence going up against Udanis Ugas.
Yes,
sir. Yeah, man. This fight,
the line.
This is one of them fights for me.
Why's that?
No, well, shit, man. I think that Ugas is a better fighter than a lot of people seem to give him credit for.
Okay.
He did something that, I mean, come on, man. People can say, oh, well, Pacquiao was old when he beat him. And yeah, but it's still difficult to beat somebody that's a world champion. And I don't care if he's 40 or not. He's been training. And Ugas came in there 3 weeks' notice, did what he had to do. That's impressive.
Right. Right. You can't really take that away from him.
No, I can't. Like, Pacquiao wasn't the same guy. I mean, of course, we know that. I've seen the fight. He wasn't the same guy. But at the same time, it's still Ugas went in there and did his thing in a couple weeks. Notice. And did his numbers. So that's impressive. He's also been impressive in other fights, and I still say that he beat Sean Porter. You know what I mean? I still think he beat him. So
A
there's
lot of people
that.
have to criticize with that fight. There's a lot of
Yeah,
criticism. A lot of people think Sean Porter won that fight. Some
yeah.
people think,
Some
oh,
people, yeah. So it could have went either way, but in my opinion, I think he beat him pretty convincingly. I just think that he fell victim to the whole. How can I put it? The system got him because
okay,
at the time it didn't look like Ugas is not who people wanted to see fight bigger name fighters. That's not what you wanted because Ugas hadn't established himself as a name in the game yet. So I look at it like that card that swung that in the favor of Sean Porter because Sean Porter was the more popular fighter. You want to see him fighting the bigger fighters than Ugas at that time. But now look, Ugas right in the mix with everybody else.
right, right. Now let me ask you this: would you consider Ugas one of those prize fighters like those high risk low rewards fighters?
That's what he's always been. That's what he's been since he, you know what I mean? They know what time it is with him. He was an incredible amateur boxer. Gave a lot of guys that's out here in the game right now a lot of work in the amateur ranks. You know what I mean? So people know what time it is with this dude. Plus, I always say, and people can debate it or whatever in regards, but height means something. Okay. He's a big welterweight. You know what I'm saying? He's got long arms. He's got height. He's a big welter. That means a lot, especially when you got a welter that knows how to use his range.
Right,
It's
because
just
he controls the distance he controls you at bay, and when he controls you at bay, he's able to maneuver around you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
He's able to do what he got to do, and
right.
if he was to do that, it's going to be a hard night.
Well, yeah, I mean, especially for the welterweights, especially them guys like Pacquiao, like Sean Porter. A lot of them guys are like blown up 135 pounders trying to fight at 147. They coming in 5'6", 5'7", 5'8". It's just, I'm not saying that he's all a world beater and just could smoke everybody, but I just think that he's a bad matchup for a lot of the guys that consider themselves to be maybe the 8 to 10 best welterweights in the world, just because of the matchup. Hey, Ms. Price, thanks for watching. And yeah, we're gonna try to start doing lives more often. Actually, not try, we will be, because boxing season is popping off. We appreciate you. I love you. Mwah, mwah, and thank you very much for watching the stream. We love you. But yeah, I just think he's a bad matchup issue for like any of the welters. I'm not saying he beat them all, but it won't be pretty. He's gonna give you a go because of the size issues, and now on top of the size, he can box. Fuck out of here.
Right.
What you think, bro?
I mean, here's what I think. I mean, it's gonna be a good fight. Excuse me. Do I see a knockout? Not likely. Not likely, and that's due to both of them being so being so active during their camps. You know what I'm saying? Ugas coming out from a fight. I'm seeing a lot of videos of Spence looking on tip top shape. You know what I'm saying? He's looking great. So it's like, what else can I say? Like, dude, he is doing his thing, and it's gonna be a good night. It's gonna be good, and I can't wait for it.
All right, well, I want to know what you think about like Ugas as a fighter. You feel me?
Ugas as a fighter. I mean, I feel like he's a technical fighter. I mean, he got a powerful jab. His jab snaps. He's got that powerful jab that bam, and it just stops you right in your right in your tracks. That's like what do I do next? It's like, it's like it just hits you. And what do you do when that jab just snaps your head?
Yeah, I mean, he's got a good jab. But it's essential for a fighter that's at his size, fighting and being one of the bigger guys almost on every night that he goes into the ring. It's essential to have that. It's essential to have that big, powerful jab. Fight with range if you got it. Use it. You know what I mean? If you don't got to mix it up with guys, why do it? Save the brain damage. You know what I'm saying? If you can, you know what I mean? Fight smart. You know what I mean? Like, and if he can win fight with range, then hola. Buenas noches.
Buenas noches, señor. Todo bien?
And like, why do that? Fight with range. If you don't have to do it, don't do it. So the one thing about him that worries me about it is that the matchup that it is right now with Spence. Now, the way that I watch when Ugas fights in the pocket. He ain't scared of nothing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He fights in the pocket with confidence. All he do is just try to watch you, see where you going and what you gonna do, and then counter punch off of that. But he don't move much. He just moves a lot with his head movement. He gets out of the way a lot. But basically, he's flat-footed for the most part. He's gonna stand right in front of you. And he reacts. He reacts to what does that say? Salute, Colombia. Thanks for watching. Look, I can't really see the screen because I'm on the phone, so it's like I'm trying to zoom in and look like what the fuck? I'm old, you know what I mean? So I need glasses. There, you know what I mean? So anyway, but can he sustain that kind of defensive, the way that he fights and his defensive stance? Can he sustain that against Spence, who's pretty much kind of like in the way the same way? I'm standing right here. I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna stand right in front of you, and I'm gonna throw punches. Can Ugas, the way that he fights defensively, can he sustain that? Can he? Because Pacquiao caught him a couple of times. You know what I'm saying, in that fight. Going back. That's the one thing about him that I saw, that you can catch him, because when he goes back, he kind of keeps his head up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And he's a tall fighter. So you could probably you could clock him if you catch him at the right time. You know what I'm saying? I seen that.
The thing is, he hits you with the jab, then he hits you with the left jab, then the right to the body, and then he try to hit you back with like a double jab, and then the right to the body type shit, But when he's doing that, his head is like, he's kind of like jumping back out of the punches after he hits you with a couple of those, combinations. I feel like. I'm watching a couple of his highlights right now, and I see what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I watched him a few times. Like, the dude can box. He's a good boxer. There's two things I question. I mean, I don't know what to say about, Errol Spence. I could say he got a chin, but then again, I don't think I've seen him get hit with big shots, but I've never really seen him get hurt.
Right? Chin hasn't really been tested.
No, but has it been tested? Because I've seen him get hit, but
right.
He wasn't hurt.
But you say, has he been hit by them real hard hitters though?
Yeah, but Ugas ain't that. That's my whole thing. He's not that.
No, the thing is, what Ugas has that
good puncher. He's a good puncher. He's a solid puncher.
Exactly when he hits you and it's clean. When he hits you with that jab, it's clean. And not only that, he got the nice little combination, little 1, 2, 3, 4 combination. To kind of like fuck you up with the shit.
Look, man, I just feel like Spence. I look at Spence. People, I mean, you already know how I feel about Errol Spence. I look at Spence as, I think he's the best welterweight. All right. I love Bud. I do, but I think Errol Spence is the best welterweight. So, and I feel like when you're the best out there, if you want to beat the best, you got to have some power. You got to have some snap on your punches. You got to make them respect you. I'm not saying that Ugas stole feather dusters, because that's not true. That's not. He got some snap on it. But is it enough to keep this dude off of you? That's the one thing. Like, you want to beat the guys that can fight, you got to have power, because that means you got to change their game plan. You got to snap their head back or hit them in the stomach and make them change how they planned on fighting you. That's the key
Right.
to it, you know? And I just wonder if Ugas has the power to do it, because I seen Smith, the Porter fight, man, that shit was a firefight. Them boys was going at it. Them boys going to
Rocket
fuck
sock
off.
and tape shit.
Them boys were going to fuck off. And I don't consider Sean Porter to be a big puncher either. So, but at the same time, he was getting hit right on the button with a lot of beautiful shots from this guy. And Errol Spence didn't go nowhere. So I'm just looking at it like, I don't question.
He's not a big, like he's not a big solid puncher. You feel me? Like he's not a power puncher. I should say he's not a big power puncher. You know, he got those nice solid punches though.
Yeah.
Will wake you up and like, make you rethink what you about to do.
Yeah, he made Pacquiao rethink a bunch of times. He made Pacquiao think a lot. But what I mean is just the whole. What can I say? How much? Damn. What I mean is that the power, like Earl Smith's gonna be there, and I just wonder, can you keep him off? I just don't believe. It's just hard for me to believe. Like, when I watch the guys that are at the top of all these divisions, okay. If you want to beat them, you're going to have to be able to have punch. You might not even have to be the better boxer. You don't have to be the better boxer to beat the top guy in the division, but you better be able to have a punch that'll make him change what he wants to do. And I don't think Ugas has that kind of power. I think Terrence Crawford do. I think he has that kind of power that if he bop you, you like, wait a minute, I felt that. And so does Errol Spence. So I just wonder, but I don't think Errol Spence is going to fight. This is my opinion. I don't think Errol Spence is going to fight to knock Ugas out. He's going to fight to beat him. I don't think he's going to fight to knock him out. I think he's going to fight to beat him. And that's why I got a 12-round. That's why I got a 12-round majority decision. And that's what I'm picking, because I know Ugas is going to keep it competitive. I know he is. I don't think Errol Spence is going to smoke this guy. I just think it's going to be a tight, close fight. And some people might even talk that shit when it's over with.
But the thing is, like, to be honest, in my eyes, in order for Ugas to take this win, he's gonna have to make it really convincing that he won this fight. He got to make it 100% convincing. And when I mean convincing, he has to be on his toes, like on his toes, from round 1 to round fucking 12, on his toes. Because if not, you know, he is gonna get Spencer's gonna get the majority decision. Like I said, I do not see a knockout in this fight. I do not see a knockout. It's going to be a great fight. It's going to be very competitive, but a knockout, no. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. I don't see it from Uga's side. And if it does happen, it's going to be some quick flash joint, I feel like. You know, Spence probably go down, get right back up, and, you know, right back in the mix. I don't feel like no one's going to get knocked out by a punch.
I don't predict a knockout because of the fact that both of the way that these guys fight. They don't fight to go. Well, Spence used to. I seem to think that he's been trying to fight smarter, especially like after the Mikey Garcia fight. From the Mikey Garcia fight on since then, he's kind of changed how he does what he does. And I know why he's done that. I think about it. Well, I don't know why he has, but I just think about it. You know, in theory, he's like, yo, my career is sizing up to be like one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world. Okay. I don't want to fuck like my body. I already got, you know what I'm saying? The situation with the car accident already, you know what I mean? stunts you in regards to like your career arc, and then like with physical abilities having to heal and get back together and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? So you already like walking on like eggshells in a way. So you're sitting here saying like, yo, I just got to this crazy car wreck. I went through all of that. I'm back, but I don't want to take any chances and fuck around and get hurt.
But like, look, there's a lot of people talking that shit about, you know, the car accident, the eye injury. Is that going to play a factor? Like, come on now. We already seen him done fight after the car accident. You feel me? You already seen that's not a factor at all.
Yeah,
I
understand.
Some people making some things up, some making some claims. Okay, his eye, you know, whatever, his eye. That's also irrelevant.
Look, man, everybody in boxing gets fucked up with cuts. Look, man, I don't know if anybody can see it, but I got them. Headbutt, stitches, forearm, staples. If I box again, no headgear, more than likely somebody hits me right in either one of them joints. That shit's gonna open right up again. It's what it is, man. It's just what it is. It cuts and all that comes with the game. I mean, you're making it sound like just because he got cut, he can't fight.
Right.
He forgot how to fight. And if he knows that if the eye is an issue, if it really is, then y'all need to be in training and learn how to protect that eye no matter what at all costs. But that don't mean he still can't throw no punches though. Now,
right, still the same,
still the same guy. But I seen the difference though since the accident, and like his trajectory going up as being one of the higher guys in the game. He fights safer. He fights using his range. He has the power to keep people off of him, and he knows that. So he'll use his jab, and he fights with range. That's what he does, and he's good as fuck at that. He can beat anybody out there like that. If he don't engage with you, it's going to be a hard time beating Errol Spence if he wants to just fight you on some cruising down the block shit. Like if he wants to fight with range, it's going to be hard to beat him. But if he wants to engage with you, then you might have a shot. You might have a shot because he's a dog and he likes to fight. But he's fighting smarter because he wants his career to go off to the next level and then not let an injury derail him from that, or a stupid knockout upset victory against somebody that 9 times out of 10 he should have beat.
Enough said.
You know what I mean?
Enough said. Exactly.
So I just feel like I just feel like if Ugas don't engage or try to make Errol Spence mix it up with him, he's not gonna even stand a chance. He's gonna lose badly. But if he can try to, mix it up, get him in there, and fight, firefights here and there between the both of them, get into some good exchanges, then your chances go up. But trying to outbox him, you can forget it. You ain't gonna do that. I don't have Ugas doing that. That's just my opinion on all of that.
I agree. Shit.
What's going on after that? What's the next weekend after that? Another big fight after that next weekend?
Hold on. Let me just give my prediction real quick for that fight.
Talk to me. I thought you already did.
Yeah. But here's my second prediction. Remember, I told you I have my first prediction.
He said my first and my second prediction.
My second prediction.
Here we go. This man just be predicting everything.
My second prediction. Spence stoppage by 11th.
So what is it, bro? Like which one? Make a decision. Pick which one you gonna pick. What is it? Who's gonna do what? What do you have? Who do you have winning the fight right now?
Right now,
we've been talking about one fight for 25 minutes, and I want to know one pick.
Honestly, Spence by majority decision, but I still have that chance that Spence can still get him out of there but it'd be like a body punch. He can't take that shit no more. You know, just a body down.
So you still, I just asked you the question again. You still can't give me one pick for this fight.
Here we go. Spence, majority decision.
Thank you. All right, so we agree. Spence, majority decision. Okay, now what's the big fight on the next weekend? What's going on after that? What's the next fight?
The next big mother freaking fight will be, I believe it is. I want to say Fury. Is it? I believe it's Fury and White.
Tyson Fury and Dylan White. Yeah, that's it.
Yes, it is.
Okay, sir. What do you think about this joint, man? As it gets closer, what do you think now?
I want White to win. I want White to beat the fucking living shit out of Fury. What the fuck you mean? I want. Man.
Okay. Well, explain it, bro. Like you sitting here talking about you wanting to win, and how does he win?
How does he? Okay. What I think might happen is, Dylan White. Dylan White is gonna come in there with everything he got. He's gonna be throwing haymakers from get. I feel like Tyson Fury is gonna get caught with one of them good solid punches, and does his little, his weaving when he's there. You're gonna have this dude on DEFCON 10 and shit coming at him with all fucking power, gonna get caught with some shit, and it's gonna be Timber, big boy down. Good night.
Oh boy, you're gonna have anybody that's in the UK right now that's watching possibly losing their whole head about what you just said right now. Anyway,
Tyson is gonna take the L. I love you, Fury. You're a good ass fighter. Not taking nothing from you, but you need to take this L. You need to take this L.
oh man, I hate this fight. I hate it, and I'm gonna tell you why I hate this fight, because the boxing the boxing purist in me likes heavyweight championships fights. I don't like to be biased when it comes to boxing whatsoever. I go
Right.
off the fighters, all right? What they do in the ring, okay? There's also sometimes things happen outside the ring. Motherfuckers ain't perfect. So I'm not going to paint a narrative on a fighter that I don't like because of certain little things here and there that don't make them this super perfect person. Ain't nobody perfect. Get out of here. Anyway,
Right.
I just feel like this is one of the fights that I'm picking Fury to win, but it's one of the few times that I can safely say that I have bias towards the fact that I'm picking Fury to win, but I would definitely like to see Dylan White win. If that makes any sense. You know what I mean? I'm picking Tyson Fury to win the fight. I definitely believe he'll win, but I want him to see Dylan White win. I want to see that. And it's not about like I want to say that, I can be like,
it's not about any of the past fights or anything like that. I just want him to win this fight. It's gonna like out of excuse me.
You know why I want Dylan White to win? Because Tyson Fury, to me, as good as I think he is, he's gassed. I think he's gassed. I mean, I think he's great, but I still think he ain't where people put him. And I'll always say that. I stand by that. What has he really done? Like, what has he really done? And I swear, he talked like Muhammad Ali, but he ain't done shit. So I just look at it, it kind of angers me in a way. You know what I mean? Like, I like to see guys that talk shit that be doing shit. They actually fight. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If White wasn't his mandatory, man, Tyson don't want to really fight this man. He's just trying to fight for chicken. He chasing checks. That's why he act the way that he act, talk all that shit, do all this dumb shit, singing, dancing, and acting a fool. You know what I mean? He do all of this because he's a check chaser. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's talented as fuck. But if you have that, if you have the package of being talented enough that you can sell out arenas, and then on top of that, you got all the extra shit that comes with outside. This is all a part of selling. This is a brand. You're building your brand when you like that. You feel me? So Tyson Fury, to me, is not as good as people put him. I believe that he is building his fucking brand. Okay. And he hasn't done enough to talk the way that he be talking. That's just my opinion. And I think it's time for him to be humbled. I don't think Dillian Whyte is the person to humble him because I don't think he possesses the boxing talent to humble him. But I do think he needs to be humbled in some type of way because he talk big shit and he ain't done nothing. Okay? I don't want to hear about the wins that he's got because you discredit the best wins that he has, and that's against Deontay Wilder. You discredit him because you say Wilder ain't no good. So, and he beat Vladimir Klitschko, but I could argue so many things about that fight because, like I said, I legit think that's like the worst heavyweight championship fight in the history of boxing. You didn't beat Vlad because of what you did. It's because Vlad didn't do anything either. So I've just got so many reservations about how Fury talked. So, but at the same time, I can't pick him to lose to Dillian Whyte.
I would love to see it though. I would love to see that though.
Well, I mean, what do you think about it, man? Like, how do you think the fight will go?
I mean, I feel like from round one, I feel like not much will really happen. I think round two is where everything really starts happening, you know. I feel like round one is just, you know, Fury, I feel like just gonna throw a couple of jabs, maybe like a 1-2, you know, and then I feel like White is just gonna, you know, kind of eat those punches, but you know, coming back with some harder zaps than Fury punches. You feel me?
I don't know, man. I think it's gonna go the total opposite. I think that Dillian Whyte is gonna come out first round like a fucking bowling ball, like a fucking steamroller. He's just gonna bulldoze Tyson Fury. He's gonna throw all kinds of crazy punches. He's gonna tie him up. He's gonna maul him. He's gonna push him. He's gonna hit him in the body on the clinch. He gonna have the crowd going crazy because he's gonna actually probably land a couple big shots. Probably have some punches that look like they land big. The crowd will be going crazy. The adrenaline will be going off in the building. That's what I predict. I predict that Tyson. I think that Dillian Whyte's best round gonna be the first round because he's gonna come out and try to get Tyson Fury out of there or try to impose his will. But then I think Tyson Fury gonna adjust and then just methodically beat that ass and probably knock him out in like the 7th or 8th round.
Yeah, this fight's not going the distance. I can tell you that.
No, no.
This is one of the fights that's not going the distance because you're gonna have this big bulldozer coming at you with everything, and Tyson Fury being Tyson Fury. If you get what I'm saying.
No, I just think that if White don't, I don't know, if he don't land big shots, then I just don't see it happening. He's gonna have to land some beautiful big shots because I mean, I seen Tyson Fury take the best punches from Deontay Wilder, and he got up and knocked his ass out. You know, so he gonna have to really land something big, man.
But now you have to think about, you're gonna have this guy coming at you with everything, multiple punches. I mean, yeah, Wilder got that, that powerful jab, that powerful 1-2, and the hook and everything. But I feel like Fury just gonna, White's just gonna come out with everything he got. And if you come out with everything he's got, I feel like it's gonna hurt a little bit more than Wilder's punches, because he's gonna be more punches coming at you, and he's gonna get caught with something.
So you think you saying that White will be more active than Wilder?
I think he would try to be more active than Wilder, yes. Not the first fight, but the second fight.
Shit, I would have been more active than anybody. Be more active than Wilder in the second fight. I don't even remember him really even throwing any punches.
That's why I'm comparing it to the second fight.
Clinching and hugging.
That's why I'm comparing it to the second fight, because the third fight, Wilder gave everything he got. Everything. Talking about on noodle legs, still
dropped him. Yeah,
dropping. So that tells you something alone.
But that's also my concerns with Tyson Fury. That's also a concern. People could say, "Oh, well, he took punches from Wilder, got up, and everything like that." But yo, he dropped you on noodle legs.
Exactly.
That's
on
something.
Noodle legs.
That's why I worry about Tyson Fury. As talented, I know he can box. He's sharp as fuck.
But like you were just saying, if Fury comes out there, if White comes out there crazy on the first round, it's gonna shake up Tyson Fury, and Tyson Fury, like you said, is gonna adjust to it. What else can White do? He's just gonna get.
White just gotta hope. No, what White just gotta hope. That's how it goes. Hope that the way that he wants to fight is the way that the fight goes. I don't like anybody trying to stand on the outside and box. You know what I mean? Against Tyson Fury like that.
Hey, we just got a message from Mr. Bullet, so we're gonna have a hopefully an interview with Mr. Bullet one of these days. For Rolly Romero.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. All right, that's beautiful. Everybody that's watching, be on the lookout for that. Stay tuned for that. Yeah, but you got once again, you gotta have power. White has power. But I just feel like White gotta make it ugly. Like, make that shit ugly. The way Tyson Fury wants to really beat you, you need to do it to him first. You get what I mean when I say that? Because Tyson Fury don't want to do nothing but throw 3 punches and then grab you. Instead of letting him do that, you do it first. Like, come in, head down, throwing overhand rights, throwing hooks.
My brother.
Grab his ass, put your forearm, wrap his forearm up, hit him in the body, make it ugly, put your fist in his face and push it. Put your forearm until the referee tell you to get your forearm out of his face. Make it nasty, make it ugly. It's the only way you gonna win, pimp.
Mm-hmm.
I'm rooting for you, bro, but I'm not gonna pick you. I'm sorry. I'm rooting for you. But you gonna get knocked out. That's just, and I'm gonna bet money on it. It's a shame, and I'm rooting for you, but I'm gonna still bet on Tyson Fury though.
Just like the Friday movie.
I'm just saying. I mean,
you just got fuck out.
Dylan White, yo, I like Dylan White, but it's just I want to see Tyson Fury beat this guy because the drama is it's just bigger drama if Tyson Fury is the guy that's going to probably fight the winner of Usyk and Joshua. It's just a bigger boxing fight. I'm not saying it still ain't a big fight, because if White beats Fury, he's in line pretty much to fight for the undisputed title. So that's still a big fight, but I'm talking about on the name tip. It's what really everybody wants to see. Then fuck it, let's have it happen by winning fights. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People want to see the best of the best fight. Well, the best of the best need to fight. And I love the fact that instead of just trying to force something and leaving people out, what's going on in the heavyweight division right now with the top 4 is that we'll have a conclusion soon, possibly. You know what I mean? Like, you got White and Fury, and then you got Joshua and Usyk. You feel me?
Oh boy.
The winner of all of them, the winner of those fights,
like
they're gonna fight each other. They're gonna fight each other. And it's gonna be for everything. Now, I salute if White would win and he'd be lined up for that. That'd be great. It's still great for boxing. It's the heavyweight championship of the world, undisputed. It's still heavy, husky. You know what I mean? But at the same time, Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, that's like one of the that's huge. That's a mega fight, mega fight. That's super big. And so is like in certain ways, Usyk and Fury is too. You know what I mean? Because everybody wants to see if Usyk can beat the giant. Everybody want to see it, even though I don't. You know how I feel about it. Like Usyk basically around the same size as like a lot of the guys that were good as hell in the 70s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of good heavyweights was floating around 6'2", 6'3", around 215, 225.
Usyk is definitely a perfect prime example of a perfect heavyweight back in the days.
Yeah. They look like that. Now I know that, and there's still a few of them floating around, but at the top of the division, they're the big boys, super heavies.
Right. And we was just talking about earlier, it's like if you have like Mike Tyson come back, or if you have Mike Tyson from back in the days fight now, it will look weird. It will look awkward as shit.
I feel like when you got the way that it's the super heavies at the top, they would make it awkward for somebody like Mike Tyson because he's 5'10". You know what I'm saying? And he struggled with taller fighters that wasn't even as good as the guys that are at the top right now that are like 6'4", 6'5", 6'6". He beat them dudes. I mean, he didn't beat a couple of them. Like, he didn't beat Lennox Lewis. But, like, he had a couple other guys that were big as hell. Like, Razor Ruddock was huge. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Larry Holmes, but he was flabby and sick when he fought Larry Holmes. But, but Razor Ruddock was a big guy, 6'5", 6'6". James Bone Crusher Smith, big guy. There was a few guys that were like 6'5", 6'6" that Mike Tyson, chopped down. But I don't consider them to be maybe as good. That's just my opinion. I don't think those guys were as good as like maybe Anthony Joshua. Even though Joshua got L's, man, he's still a good ass fighter. Tyson Fury is very, very skilled too, and he's big as fuck. Deontay Wilder is big as fuck. I wouldn't say he's as skilled as some other dudes, but he that I'm big and I can punch. I'll knock you the hell out. So it would be a struggle. You would have to be Mike Tyson special at 5'10" in this heavyweight division to win.
What's going on? Mr. Yoda is in the building. What's going on, brother? Let me add you onto the stream. What's going on, bro? How's everything, man? Salute. He probably be on right. He probably be on in a minute. He was just on like about 2 minutes. I waited to put him on.
Oh, okay. Copy. But yeah, man. I would. It would be great if White won, but just for like the sake of like how boxing is, I want boxing to be as big as it can possibly be, and as big as the undisputed heavyweight title. If Dylan White is involved, it's still a big deal. But let's keep it real. if Joshua and White fight, that's a fucking super mega fight. That puts boxing on the map even more. So I mean, even though I picked Usyk to beat Joshua, but I understand, you know what I'm saying? How, you know, the boxing machine. I understand it. So like,
no, let me ask you this:
Dylan White winning would throw a monkey wrench in the boxing machine.
almost the same thing. How Usyk throw the monkey wrench in the washing machine.
Yeah, he already did.
So it's like, what the fuck we do now if some shit like that happens now? You know, you're gonna have these guys fighting each other. You feel me?
But the whole goal is to try to set it up that these guys fight each other. You know what I'm saying? Like they want that they wanted these kind of fights to happen. They didn't expect stuff like Usyk to happen. You know, they don't expect stuff like Andy Ruiz and all that stuff to happen. You know, so hopefully, like I said, I'm picking Fury to win regardless. But if White won, it would definitely throw a monkey wrench in the game. It'd be crazy. It'd be crazy. But yeah, I got Fury, 9th round knockout. I'm gonna go with that. I'm picking that. I'm going with that.
It's hard for me to pick on this fight, man. It's hard for me to pick because honestly, I mean, realistically, Tyson Fury's gonna win this fight, but I want to see him get the living shits beat out of him. Just plain and simple. I don't know how much clearer can I be. Like I just cannot fucking know. Like I don't know. I don't want to fucking troll. I don't want to sound biased or anything, but I just want to see that. It's like, you know, as a boxing fan, you like to see knockouts. You like to see, you know, you like to see your fighter put in that work. You know, like I like Tyson Fury. You know, he's a good ass fighter, but he needs to get a good ass whooping, and he needs to get a whole cooking meal. You feel me? Not some fast food shit where you go get down from McDonald's and shit. I'm talking about you need some rice and beans or some motherfucking arroz con gandules and some shit. You feel me?
This fucking guy.
Like he needs a home cooking meal.
All right, well, yo, man. I guess we pretty much had the same thoughts on that fight. Okay, and if I'm not mistaken, I think like a week after that, there's another big ass title fight. If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. There's for the undisputed lightweight, it's also Katie Taylor and Amanda Cenaro.
Oh, well, shit, man. They who's that right there?
Yeah, that's what's happening. What's happening? I'm up here at work. I'm up here at work chilling, man, you know. Y'all talking some boxing. I just had to make the run and let one of the drivers inside the gate so they can park their truck. I work at a petroleum plant. Drivers got to, you know, bring the petroleum trucks in and out. I just sit in this big old office for 12 hours. Let them in if they got to get in. If not, I just relax. And I ain't got to do my job. You know what I mean? Some nights they need me to let them in and some nights they don't. So I'm here from 6 at night to 6 in the morning. It don't get in the way enough and I can still do me, man. But what's happening, man? Did y'all catch the fights? Of course y'all did. The fights this past weekend. Of course, there's a lot to talk about. I want to first start off with talking about my man Erickson Lubin.
I was telling my mans about this fight, and I don't know if he even caught up to it. Have you even caught up with that fight?
I didn't see all of it yet. Nope. I didn't.
Oh man, he
I saw his face.
his face got broken up unnecessarily. This is what happens when you don't have defense, or when you get lazy with your high guard defense, because the first 2 to 3 rounds he had the high guard the proper way. He wasn't able to get in. So when his shit got busted, that happened in one series. That didn't happen throughout the rounds, and him steady hitting that punch, hitting that same shot. That shit happened in one series because his high guards start gapping open. And Fundora cracked him like 5 or 6 times in that same shit, and he like this. And this swelled up immediately, broke his shit immediately.
Yeah.
And like, well, this is what happens.
Oh.
And the thing is, they talk about his chin. Now let me break this down for y'all brothers. He's not chinny. Chinny fighters get knocked the fuck out. Chinny fighters don't get knocked down, right? Get up with a fast recovery and go through a whole entire fight, and don't get put back on the ass when they get hit with clean shots that's packing some power behind it. So it's not really his chin, it's his fucking strength and conditioning in his core. That's why his punch resistance, the reaction of it is the way that it is, because he's weak in his core. Like, he's more of a solid dude. He's solid heavy, and he carries most of his overall body strength up top. And he's like the drumstick on the chicken wing, you know? The drumstick, you know what I mean? At the bottom is he don't have a strong core, he don't have a strong foundation. And that's what's really wrong with the guy. So that proved that his chin is not bad like people say that it is. It's just his core and his strength and conditioning. Also, even though he's young, but after taking his beating, he gotta decide and figure out where he's at first. That's the first and foremost thing that Lubin needs to do, is find out, is this what he really wants to do, and at what level and what capacity he wants to do it at. Because we know this is not a sport you can play with.
Yes,
and the ones that play with this sport wind up getting played via Ryan Garcia. He just picked up on that shit and talked about it. Now we're gonna get into him in a second too, because first impressions don't mean shit to me. You see what I'm saying? It's about the consistency days on after. Fuck a first impression. I don't give a fuck about how fine you look on the first day. I want to see what you look behind that fucking makeup. And shit normally change later. So Ryan can be saying that because his PR told him to say it, or he really realized. But he been realized, so I'm not going to say that. Maybe they say you need to shut the fuck up before we throw you out, and don't try to help you build some sort of a career. It would be good, but it won't be great. But getting back to Lubin, he needs to figure out what he really wants to do. He has talent, but he's lacking the use of basic fucking tools. And I don't know what's wrong with these guys. He has Kevin Cunningham as a coach. Maybe it could be something that Kevin is not doing, or it could be that Lubin is hard-headed, but he definitely lacking defense and footwork.
Yeah.
And I see that being a problem for him. Go ahead, bro.
The funny thing about it, though, is as much as he got beat up, I mean, I saw highlights and I saw the first 3 rounds. I needed to sit down and watch the whole fight. But the way he bounced back, and after getting his ass beat on and his face looking the way he was looking, he ended up dropping Big Skinny in like the 7th round, if I'm not mistaken. I read that he dropped him in the 7th. And then still even, and then he was winning the fight. Like, he legit was winning the fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was winning. So like, and plus him bouncing back the way that he did, he's got a future. I mean, all people are worried about now is what the fuck you gonna do with that face, because you ain't coming right back to boxing after what that shit looked like. That ain't happening.
Yeah. He got to sit out at least a year. He got to sit out at least a year to 16 months. He got to get that fixed, bro.
Yeah. His face was crazy beat. And from what I saw in the first couple rounds, especially with Fundora, I mean, he woke me up. I'm kind of impressed. I really was. I thought he was low key like a sideshow freak in a way. I used to say, like, I remember when Paul Williams was about like 6'4", 6'5", or something like that. He fought like at 140, 147, 41, got up 4160 a few times, but he wasn't that good up there. 154 was his spot. And I just remember everybody like saying like, oh, they at first they didn't believe that he was that good. Like when he first stepped on the scene, they like, oh, this big skinny dude, like, what is he gonna do? And at first, when I seen Fundora, I thought he was low key like a sideshow. I'm not even gonna lie. But then I watched some of that, and then when he fought Garcia his last fight, Garcia was giving him all kinds of problems. I'm like, am I right? I thought I was right after I seen him fight Garcia in his last fight, and he let that guy hit him with feather dusters all through the fight. And I'm like, dang, how you even let him touch you? Anyway, he impressed me by what he did to Lubin. I don't think Lubin is a top contender. I think he could be a title holder, if y'all get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I mean? I don't look at him as like, I don't think like that wasn't an anomaly against Charlo. Bro, that might happen like almost every time y'all lace him up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like that's pretty inconclusive what he did to him, you know, but these other guys, I think he'd give all these other guys in 154, but 154 is stacked though.
Yeah.
So I look at him as like he could be like a top 8 guy, and I respect him because he got hard.
Right. Yeah.
His face, man, boy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be thinking about that tomorrow. Like I ain't gonna be looking at it, but I'm gonna remember that. Like, damn,
Hell yeah.
But we also have that one fight too was coming up in the end of this month, Valdez and Stevenson, man. That's what I really wanted to talk about too, man. Like what you think about that fight, bro? Valdez and Stevenson.
Shakur and Oscar Valdez. I've been saying this about that fight, and I'm gonna continue to say it. This is going to be a TKO victory for Shakur Stevenson. And the reason why I say that because it's going to be a technical stoppage because he's going to put a methodical fucking ass whipping on Oscar Valdez. We know that Oscar Valdez, he swells up fast, he cuts easy. He gonna cut this motherfucker up like Jazzy Jeff cutting up motherfucking goddamn Peter Piper on the ones and twos. He gonna cut this boy's face up like a record, man. And I can see it not going no further than 7 rounds because it's not gonna take long and it's sure enough gonna be easy for Shakur to touch Oscar Valdez. Valdez is going to try to bring whatever he brings. It's going to look all right, but Shakur gonna bust him up and stop him in 7 rounds. These guys, when they get in front of guys who have a high boxing IQ and high boxing ability, you know, amongst other advantages, they can't fuck with them, bro. And the thing is this: these young brothers, Shakur, his boxing IQ is one of the highest in the sport of boxing. Devin Haney's boxing IQ is one of the highest in boxing. Agreed. Along with Tank Davis. These guys got some of the highest boxing IQ. They in the top 10 in the sport of boxing. And these dudes, these old these juice crew ass jokers and all that, and you know how they, talk about this Mexican style and this, that, and other, blah, blah, and the Cuban school of boxing and the hard rock fucking Irish guys and all that, and this, that, and other, blah, blah. With all that being said, right? Them motherfuckers don't have the IQ that our brothers possess, amongst the other things. I ain't even got to touch in on the other tools. This one is one of the main things, because boxing is the thinking man's game first. Before all the physical attributes and advantages come about, they cannot outthink us, man. when they thinker got to get in there, one of our thinkers, man, it's like boom, and they got to rely on broad muscle. They be blessed when they get in front of a guy who's more so of a boxer, and not a fighter, and then they sometimes get in to fight their fight. That's the only way. But as long as we keeping this shit right here, dog, they can't fuck around with it. And that's that's how I feel. We are the best at it in all aspects, is what I'm saying. Ask Mikey Garcia. I got a boxer, I got a higher boxing IQ than Errol Spence. Well, the chameleon said, well, I was gonna go in there and fuck you up. But since you said you can outthink me, I'm a Dr. Strange your ass. And that's what happened. He went in, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Yoda-fied motherfucker goddamn Mikey Garcia. So
the question, you knew that was gonna happen, bruh.
Exactly.
Come on, dog. Like, come on, man. You knew that was gonna happen. He knew that was gonna happen.
He knew it. He knew it. But this is what happened. We have all the advantages. We are the Thanos. We got all the stones. I mean, shout out to Devin Haney. Shout out to Devin motherfucking Haney. If some of y'all didn't get the grasp of it yet, like us three right here, this is something that should be jotted down in history. It should be taught in school. Matter of fact, teach your children what this man is doing. The shit that he accepting to go through. This is a history lesson. This man is doing something, what they call, that went on back in the day with the Black Murderers Row. And these was a bunch of great fighters who never got a shot at a title. And Devin Haney is taking the Black Murderers Row route to get what he say he is. I'm undisputed. I'm undisputed at 135 people. Y'all gotta understand. So let us break this down a little clear for y'all. The reason why I say it's monumental. Okay. Devin Haney just denounced himself as a man to please this delusion that this so-called man who thinks he's more of a man than this young man has. This young man decided to take a lesser pay than what the fuck he actually makes. He's his own boss, people. He makes good money. For these 2 fights with Kambosos, he's getting paid less than what he normally get paid. Kambosos is getting the amount that Devin Haney is supposed to be getting. Devin Haney said, fuck it. I'm going to give you this fucking 20 mil. You call me nigga. You call me boy. You told me to sell my jewelry. Y'all should be able to understand this, people, what this young man is going through. He's going through so much prejudice, fucking, and bigotified disrespect. What fucking average fucking person you know is going to go through that to get some fucking belts that he going to have to pay your fee for?
Oh,
Now let's dumb it down on the most common street level. Cause even the most the most gangster G's ain't gonna even go certain things just to prove something. Like, I know I can do this, but do I gotta take this route to actually do that? No. And what Devin Haney's doing, he gave up his respect as a man to become more of a stand-up man, if that makes any sense.
Of course, I feel you, man. I mean, shit, you gotta look, man. It's a big fucking deal. If you want to strip it down just for the simple comment, just simple shit, it's a big deal because he finna go over there. All right. They licking their chops, hoping that fight go 12 rounds. You feel me? Because they ready to rob whoever come from wherever. You feel me? They just licking their chops because they gonna have a big fight. There's gonna be a whole bunch of people in the crowd. You're gonna have a play. They're gonna have in a soccer stadium, 75, 80,000 people finna be there, and the judge is just licking their chops. Can't wait. Come on in here. Come on, because if it go 12 rounds, you ain't coming out. You ain't walking out of here with no victory. So, from a standpoint of Devin Haney walking into that madhouse and going in there and doing what he's supposed to do and kicking ass and winning, that's huge. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Because they already looking to fuck you. Pause. They already looking to fuck you up in there. They already looking to set you up for the kill. They already doing that. So him going there and do his numbers, that's big time. That's big time. And we were talking. I was telling Eddie, I think I like Haney in that fight. I like Haney in this fight. Like,
yeah,
I like him. Like, I'm like, I fuck with Kambosos though. I do. But what I was saying is I don't think, see, what Kambosos got lucky that he caught a Teofimo Lopez that was tired and not training as much as he could and as good as he could. So he just looked at it like, yo, bro, I'm just gonna knock this dude out. I'm fucking out of shape. I'm fucking fat. I'm fucked up. I can't. I'm breathing heavy. I gotta hold him alone from COVID. But I'm about to just go out here and knock him out real quick, and I'm gonna go home. We're gonna go home, Papa. We're gonna go home. We're gonna party, Papa. We're gonna go to the island. You understand?
Right.
At it. You're not gonna get that fighting Devin Haney. You're not gonna get that. You ain't getting that. You're gonna get somebody that's gonna be disciplined, sound, and ready to fucking go to war with you, bro. You ain't gonna have somebody in there that's just trying to get a quick paycheck and go home and party. You're gonna have somebody that's coming in there ready to fucking work. You're not gonna get the same type of fighter that you got when you beat T.O. And I think Devin Haney gonna fucking beat him, and he gonna beat him soundly too, in front of all his family and friends and all his people. He gonna. I don't think he's gonna knock him out, but I think he's gonna bust his ass so bad that the Australian judges are gonna have to just be like, we can't rob him. He just fucking beat him the fuck all the way up. Didn't even make it competitive. That's just my take.
I think it's going to be a technical stoppage for Devin Haney. Because I fear that it cannot be anything less than a TKO or technical stoppage, because we know the fuckery is clearly in the air already.
Yeah, they ready already.
and because of what this young man is doing, by the things I explained, what he's going through, you know what I mean, with the foul things, they've been saying about him, and racist things, and all these things, you know, and it said, you know what,
with that boy shit, I don't fuck with him because of that boy shit. That shit there is extra. Like, bro, you know what you're doing when you say that shit.
Then he says, oh, yeah, it's cool for my wife to say nigga, because she's 25% black. She's Algerian. Wait a minute, homeboy. Wait the fuck a minute.
He out of touch like shit.
Did you learn anything in school, motherfucker? If anything that you should know about any dark melanated motherfucking goddamn culture, motherfucker, y'all should know. Ain't y'all the motherfucking place of the home of the Aborigines for over there? So you know what the fuck that mean. And then you stupid Your wife is fucking stupid. Y'all need to go back to fucking school. Y'all not even smarter than a goddamn kindergarten. Because motherfucker, when did Algeria become a part of fucking West Africa? You dumb motherfucker. When did Algeria come a part of any goddamn part in Africa? You stupid son of a bitch.
Facts. And besides that, if she, why the fuck do any of y'all feel like she said, if she probably don't even say it anyway her motherfucking self. She probably don't say it. She probably don't even say it. She probably don't even say it. Because she
but he
probably
just
knows
wanted to say
she don't even got the right to say it like that. She don't even got the right to say it.
That shit is somewhere over in between fucking goddamn Italy, some fucking goddamn where. You motherfucking, you better go back to geography, goddamn. George Camboso, you's an asshole. You so all stupid. You dumb idiot. Homie the clown should have knocked him upside the head. Boom. Homie don't play that dildo brain.
He said like
So
the African.
all out of fucking touch. So you need to go see Dane Calloway, you and your dumb ass bitch, and help him find your motherfucking family, motherfucking genealogy, because you motherfuckers ain't the only, you motherfuckers is lost. Y'all keep talking about dark brown people is lost. Yeah, I know my people is lost, but it seems like other motherfuckers is lost too. We ain't the only ones that got the scrambled egg brains about who the fuck we really are, you stupid motherfuckers. That's prime example right there. Oh, look at that black American. Ha ha, hoo. He think he's an African American. This, that, and the other. But that is fucking funny. Some of them are retarded too, and I tell them every day, no, you are not that. But look at this motherfucker. His bitch talking about Algeria, West Africa, and I'm black. 25%. None of that shit adds the fuck up. What are they talking about? You got motherfucking goddamn people that's Korean, thinking they really Korean, they really Japanese and blah, blah, and so forth. Dominicans really thinking they different from the Haitian motherfuckers. You motherfuckers come from the same island. The shit was just split up when the war came, but it didn't split up too much of the motherfucking DNA of the motherfucking sharing going on in the motherfucking bitch. Goddamn Puerto Ricans think they different from everybody the fuck else. They don't know if they Latino or Spaniard or motherfucking Indian. They don't know what the fuck is going on. It's all type of people who don't know what's going on. It is so goddamn funny because Cam Bosa and his bitch definitely don't know what's going on. But one thing they gonna find the fuck out. They gonna be like my man Bo Jackson. They both know sports because they gonna know ass whipping that night. But my motherfucking goddamn man Devin Haney go to Australia and he gonna motherfucker Marvin Hagler mentor that motherfucker. He gonna beat the brakes off of Cam Bosis for all the goddamn disrespect, goddamn it. The ancestors gonna be with him that night, and everybody say, well, Dale don't punch like that. That motherfucker gonna have some strength from somewhere from all this bullshit because I'm a quote unquote what you motherfucking goddamn animals say about a nigga. Now I mean, some of you y'all goddamn terms. Yeah, fucking niggas are wild, yeah. But that's what? You get niggas wild when you motherfucker push them to the motherfucking wall and they start fighting back. Y'all don't like when them niggas get like that. And he's going to be that nigga that you called him and you been calling him that fucking night. And then you know what's gonna happen? He gonna be like, hey, master nigga. Hey, man, you gonna be his boy, Cambosis. Matter of fact, you his bitch right now. That's why you was hoping he didn't sign a contract. Let me see if his signature real. Motherfucker, who is you? FB the motherfucking I, a motherfucking better business, motherfucking Burrow, motherfucking John Hancock's. Bitch,
Right,
you don't know nothing about motherfucking geography. How the fuck you gonna know anything about contract law and business contract, you dumb bitch? I better see if it's really his signature. Don't worry about it. You want that 10 mil, you want that 20 mil, nigga.
Shit.
You know that's his signature.
Right there.
Yeah,
so, let me ask you a question, bro. Let me ask you something.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you something. All right. Initially, he was supposed to fight Lomachenko. Right, and Lomachenko decided to stay in the Ukraine instead, and help with fighting whatever the hell he's doing over there. So Devin Haney, they came to Devin Haney instead after that. Now, you gotta, I mean, George Kambosos, the dickhead that he is outside of the ring, you have to at least I gotta at least on the fighter's aspect of everything, I gotta respect that because he said, look, I mean, I know he's got advantages because he's gonna be fighting in Australia, but I gotta give him some type of respect and props just off the muscle. They was like, okay, I'll fight Lomachenko. He didn't duck it. He just was like, I'll fight Loma. And then when Loma was like, no, then he's like, oh.
He went to the next top dog.
I'll fight Devin Haney then.
Right,
So
he went to the
He
next
had no choice, bro. Listen, we already know.
I believe that.
No.
I believe he could have did whatever he wanted.
Right.
That stadium's going to sell out regardless. He could have fought a bunch of people, man. He could have fought somebody that ain't even on that level. He could have fought Rolly or something, and it would have.
But he wouldn't have got the money that he's getting. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because Dev, because Dev, he did this dude. Like, what the fuck, man? That's why, like, shout out to Devin Haney. I don't think I would be this fucking poised, man. I know, motherfucker. I ain't giving you all this shit. Bitch. Now you and your hoe, y'all done said too much, and I'm giving you the fucking money too, nigga. I'm giving you 8 more mil.
Hey, that's just let you know how serious it is. That just let you know how serious it is. That's how I look at it.
He wouldn't have got that much money with anybody else. Bob wasn't gonna give him that fucking money. We already know.
Did a whole bunch of things. They could afford to have it in the States. They didn't even bother with that. They didn't even bother. Devin Haney just like, man, all right, bro, whatever. All right.
I feel like
much money. Cool. That's cool. All right, I'm gonna come to your house. That's cool, but you're gonna get this work though. So
he cashing out, bro. He cashing out. Smart business move.
Didn't I say that, Eddie? Didn't we talk about that the other day? What did I tell you? I said he trying to maximize his dollar.
Yeah, he cashing out, bro. Because after this, dog, nobody's gonna want to see him again. He's not gonna need to be seen again. With everything that what he's been doing, his antics and all that, look what he's leading up to. He know he got an ass whipping coming. So this whole thing is
almost like a Andy Ruiz situation. You know, Andy Ruiz got the win, and you know, he's using, you know, that W and pushing it and everything, you know, and getting that chicken with it. I feel like
I get what you're saying.
Right. Yeah.
You saying like basically like, hey, Buster Douglas.
Right.
Buster Douglas is probably like the prime. I've talked to people that say that they think that this is what's about to happen to Kambosos, some Buster Douglas type shit. Like, you upset the big dog. You know what I mean? You walking around with your chest out, and you're gonna make a lot of money doing endorsements and all that other stuff, and then you're gonna make a lot of money on your big fight. You might even sign a 2-fight deal for a rematch type situation where you make a whole shitload of bread. But the one thing that could possibly happen is the same thing that happened like with Buster Douglas, is that if you get your ass beat soundly, that rematch clause is gonna go out right out the window. Rematch is gonna go right out the window. Nobody's gonna even fucking care about it. You know what I'm saying? So this could happen.
Right.
I like Kambosos as a fighter, though. I just know that Haney is the worst possible matchup for him.
Hell yeah, man. Definitely.
That's my whole issue about it. Like, he had a better chance against Lomachenko because I don't care what nobody say. I think Devin Haney's a bigger puncher than Lomachenko is. So it's like,
yeah.
So I feel like you're in it's a way worse matchup for you. You know what I'm saying? And Lomachenko is a little aggressive to the point where he get bopped a little bit here and there. He get bopped here and there and shit like that. But Devin Haney is trying to smoke you and not get touched. And Kambosos ain't gonna be able to hit him like that. I just don't. The only way he does is if he tries to fight him like Teofimo Lopez fought him in the first fight, and like Ryan Garcia fought this weekend. If he comes in there fighting like that, then Kambosos will have opportunities. But if Haney fights Devin Haney's fight, it's an L. a big one. Like Kambosos gonna get his ass beat.
Our fight's gonna be an L.
That's just
he's playing into his favor. He wants you to do that shit.
I just don't like Kambosos is a good fighter, but he's not the best of boxers, if y'all get what I'm saying. He's a good fighter, but boxing, if somebody come in there and say, I'm about to box his head off, he's getting his head boxed off.
So let me ask you.
Teofimo Lopez fought him in that fight, man.
Let me ask you this: the fight with Canelo, like, are y'all surprised it's actually happening with all this bullshit that's going on in Ukraine, Ukraine and Russia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Because I feel like I don't give a fuck personally. I think it's great for boxing. It's a good fight. You know what I mean? Why not? But I think it's like the country being like big hypocrites. You feel me? Because you got Russian-owned businesses in this country that have been here for years and fucking years. You know what I'm saying? And they've made a lot of money. They've employed a whole lot of people that live in this country. You know what I'm saying? And they paid their taxes to have businesses in this country. A lot of them have been shut down. You know what I mean? A lot of them have been cut off from making money in the country.
Yep.
So how is it? And all the other Russian boxers can't get licenses. They can't get licenses. All these other Russian boxers in the world can't get licenses to fight nowhere. Don't nobody want to give a license. So how is it that Bivol is going to be allowed to come into the country and fight and make a whole lot of bread? I mean, a lot of fucking bread. And then just fly back and go ahead and go about his business when all we've been doing since Ukraine has been fucking fighting with Russia is doing everything to cut them off. So that's why I'm shocked it's still going down. Just because, like, y'all, the country look kind of like hypocrites letting him come in here and do that. That's all I'm saying. I don't care because I want to see the fight. I think it's a good fight, but I think it's being hypocritical, you know?
Right, I feel you on that.
I mean, a lot of people. Here's how they're looking at it on the business aspect. It's going to bring a lot of money to Vegas.
That's all the way they're looking at it.
That's how
Canelo fights are like holidays. They're literally like holiday weeks. You feel me? They're like holiday weeks in Vegas.
And especially it's happening on a Cinco de Mayo weekend.
Yeah, it's already going to be lit regardless. But it's like a holiday week anytime he fights. It was like that out there when Floyd Mayweather used to fight. Like people are out there a week before the fight even happened. And it's just a big deal. A whole lot of money's made. I mean, shit, the judge even let Floyd Mayweather fight and he was sentenced him to go to jail. He was like, but you know what? I'm going to let you fight that fight first because that money is needed here in Nevada.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to let you fight and then I'm going to lock you up. So I already, like, Nevada is about that action. You know what I'm saying? And they going to pull the strings and bullshit and fuck people off to get Bivol in here to fight that fight. But the country as a whole, the government is being hypocrites. He shouldn't be able to come in here and make the money if he don't live here. If there's if there's businessmen that have pretty much basically live here and been here for years on end and have established themselves as a part of a lot of these communities in the country. You know what I mean? And you just cut them off. A lot of them guys be like, yo, I don't even fuck with them. We don't care. You from Russia, ain't you? Boom. Get the fuck out of here. So that's just like, it's being hypocritical, but I don't really care because I think it's a good fight.
How you have that fight going? What do you think is going to happen? You think it's going to be a short stop? You think it's going to be a short night? Or you think it's going to go all 12 rounds?
Canelo, Bivol?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm all right. If I'm saying that, you know how I like to feel a fight out when it get closer and closer. You know, I like to see how people. I really don't like to make a real. I mean, I'll make one, but I don't like to make real predictions until I see how they look when they step on the scale. Then I'll make my decision from there. But right now I got Canelo. Probably knock him out. I mean, maybe in the later rounds, maybe. like a stoppage. I don't think like a knockout. Bivol pretty tough.
So you think it'd be one of those stoppers like, he took an enough beating type shit.
Yeah, I think it could be like a Caleb Plant type knockout type situation. I think Canelo gonna start slow, and then he'll get grooving and catch Bivol. I like Bivol too. I don't know. I think this is as good a fight as you can get if with the situation with Canelo got going, what he's trying to accomplish. Because I know he's trying to get that belt. He's trying to get that belt, and then he wants to really see what Joe Smith and that Burpiev fight, what that looked like. He feels like if he can beat Bivol, then he'll be really paying close attention to that one, because he'll probably be looking like, he probably saying in his mind right now, oh, I could beat Joe Smith. Right now, I'll beat Joe Smith. But he's probably saying, I need to see what Burpiev look like right now. I need to see that, because I'm going to fight Bivol, beat him, possibly. If I beat him, then I'll be paying close attention. Because that triple G3, I don't even want motherfuckers see that shit there, y'all. I'll keep it real with y'all. I don't want to see that shit. So, but besides that, Canelo. If Canelo beat Bivol, he's gonna be paying close attention to that, because he's gonna try to be undisputed up there at 175.
Go fight each other. But yeah,
go
man,
fight each other.
On some real shit, like, I think Canelo possibly can take an L. It's possible, because he's going up in weight, but at the same time, he's going up in weight, but he's basically going to be the same. He's going to be the same weight as homie when he comes into the ring anyway. So it's like he's still going to beat the dude, but it's like it's not going to be early. I think it's going to be a late stoppage. I'm predicting somewhere around like the 10th or 11th round stoppage.
Yeah.
Like a good beating. He's not going to go 12 rounds.
I'm at with it. I like Bivol, man. I could just safely say that, you fighting, you as good as you are at 175. This is a step up for you in talent on who you fought. This is a step up, even though this guy's moving up. It's still a step up for you in talent. So we got to see how you respond to that. Fighting in Vegas, all of that, a lot of that play into this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I respect Bivol as a fighter, and I know it's all about what the fighters do, but sometimes your situation can hurt you. Shit, we don't even see that happen before you even get in the ring. You know what I mean? So, but I still, regardless, I'm just going on talent. Right now, I like Canelo. I just like this. Like, right now, I like Canelo. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm over here trying to figure this shit out, because this shit had me all fucked up, bro.
What is that, my good sir? What had you all fucked up?
Canelo beats Bivol. What's it called? What? Oh man. Spence. Spence beats Ugas, right? He fights this dude. I'm trying to remember his name. Something Ace or some shit like that. Y'all know who I'm talking about or not?
No.
Nah.
Come with it. Who you talking about, family?
I'm trying to remember the fucking name. He was just talking about it on one on I believe Sean Porter's podcast and everything.
I don't watch nobody's podcast. I'm just gonna let it be known. Anybody who watching, I don't watch none of y'all. So if I ever say anything that one of y'all might have said on the stream or podcast, I don't watch none of y'all. I promise to God, I don't. My bad. Karen, go ahead.
But yeah, it's like he's saying he's gonna end up fighting Ugas, end up fighting this other cat, and then end up going up. You feel me?
Who's that?
Spence.
Okay. What you want to see? What you talking about?
So what I'm saying, what I want to see is if Spence beats Ugas fashionably, it's like, yo, like, come on, we need to see this fight already with Crawford. Because it'd be a done deal. Why put off the extra bullshit with it? Everybody wants to see the fight. That fight needs to happen.
All right, yo, check it out. When I think about that fight, I want to see that fight. I think it's like, you know, matchup wise, I feel like it's like the biggest fight in boxing, style wise and fighter quality. Big boys fighting. But I don't feel like it has to happen at 147. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. I know
So
for a
where
fact
does it
that
happen?
either one of them could go up. Like if Bud Crawford goes up right now, I bet you they could find a way for him to fight one fight, and then he's fighting the winner of Castano against Charlo. If he
That's the
chose
advantage of having a super. That's the advantage of him being elevated to the super WBO. You see what I'm saying?
He'll be the
So
number
he
one
can
contender
do
when he
that.
moves up, right?
Right. Maybe that might be the 2-fight deal that he's trying to work out with PBC. Instead of having to keep Thurman and Errol Spence, he might be trying to get Errol Spence and probably in a big ass fight at 154.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I was talking about that the other morning. It could be
it
that.
don't have to happen at 147.
Right.
It doesn't. So like I'm not in a rush for it because I mean we got to see how this other stuff plays out. But I feel like but Bud could possibly go up and be messing around and be the undisputed junior middleweight champion of the world. Like, cause I would put him. I got good chance. I would put my money on Bud beating Castano or Charlo. He could possibly be that by the time Spence is recovering and fighting Ugas, or like, you know, trying to figure out what he's gonna do next. And then they could be moving, he can move right up, and that could be like right there for the undisputed junior middleweight title. It don't gotta be at 147. It just don't. I mean, that's the beauty of that fight, because they both can move up. And yeah, Crawford will be a little bit smaller junior middleweight, but he's got the size. He could put the weight on, you know. And Spence is basically struggling and fighting for all of his dear life to fight at 147 at this point. His body probably like, please, let's move to 154. But you know, right now the way it looks, the money is at 147 because they're not at 154. They'll get their money when they move up, but if they fight now at 147, I think the money will be bigger though.
Yeah, it's just not there yet.
They are prize fighters, you feel me? But I think it's a big ass fight regardless. But at 147, for some reason, I just feel like they'll make more money.
Right.
Because, you know, the 147, that's the popping ass division. And if you at the top of that, you know, you a big name in boxing. You know, like, it's funny, like Charlo is like, you know, he's a big name in the junior middleweight, but being that there ain't that many other guys, they just starting to start coming up now. That could be one competitive 154. I think 154 is going to be dope in the next couple of years, though. All bullshit aside. I mean, it's already stacked with talent. They just don't got big names. So I watch out. 154 going to be dope soon. Like, people going to start talking about 154 like they talk about 147. Because you're going to have some guys from there going up there because they just can't make weight anymore. Or you're just trying to do bigger and better things. So I like the way the division's turning out. But yeah, you're right, Eddie. That fight gotta happen, man.
Yeah,
I mean, when we look at, so like, all right, so when we were talking earlier, you look at all the, like, this is a good lineup. This spring summer lineup that we got pretty much going up from now all the way up until pretty much what, like June, July is pretty stout, man. It's pretty sound. We got a lot of good shit going on, man. Got a lot of great ass fights that are meaningful too.
Yeah. I don't know if I ask you, but what do y'all think about? Well, I don't know if I ask you, but what do you think about Davis and Romero, man? How you think? How you have that fight fucking going on, bro? Like I have,
fight?
huh?
What fight?
Gervonta Davis and Rolando Romero.
You really want me to tell you how
Damn
do
right. I
I
want you to
feel?
know how. Yes, tell me how Tank's gonna bully that motherfucker down. Tell me how he's gonna bully his ass down. Tell me, my brother. Tell me.
I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but he going damn near kill this man. Yo, Rolly about to get himself hurt, man. He about to get himself fucking hurt real bad. Everybody keep sleeping on my man Tank. Everybody think he don't have all those tools in his boxing. Y'all got him fucked up.
Yeah, I'm not. Whoever
man
says that really don't watch boxing. I don't know what they be watching. If
bad as
they
shit.
don't think he got skills.
He got power in both hands.
Man, he got boxing ability, IQ, the best power in boxing. He has footwork, he has defense, he has all that shit. He gonna kill Rolly, man. This shit ain't gonna pass 5 rounds.
I think it's gonna be a fun fight. I think it's gonna be a fun 4 or 5 round fight.
Yeah.
Rolly gonna make it interesting because of the way he throw punches. It is what it is. Tank's gonna have to take a minute to adjust to that crazy shit, but
it's gonna be interesting. Are you gonna be hearing? That's all the fuck you're gonna be hearing from this dog Rolly.
Hell, weirdo ass noise making ass motherfucker.
So like he having sex or some shit, fighting and shit. Like, what the fuck you doing, dog?
His little bitch ass. You see him at the presser, man. Yo, Tank was ready to jump. Motherfucker was scared, yo.
Like, how the fuck
what you take your jacket off for? What you take your jacket off for, dude? This is a fucking press conference, and you take off your blazer. You ain't had no shirt on. Like, motherfucker, are you trying to be I'll be sure, or you trying to be sure if you trying to box? I don't know which one it is with this motherfucker. Then it was cold that night. What's wrong with fucking Rolly?
Then you have to remember. You have to remember when homie the first press conference. It was fucking what? Hot as shit. My man had this fucking jacket on, what looked like he's fucking breathing and shit.
Man, he had a combination of something from King Joffrey's Jaffa fucking closet and goddamn motherfucker, goddamn California. That fucking
my son of King.
Yeah, that motherfucker. And he had the Mel Gibson and the Tupac vest on and shit. It's fucking hotter than a motherfucker. You come in there looking like motherfucking Tarzan from the fucking rainforest. You done some of a bitch. And then
my man's look like he's coming from up north, about to fucking go next to a fucking polar bear and shit in Antarctica, dogs.
Yeah, man. I think it's gonna be a fun fight, man.
It's gonna be a fun fight, man.
4 or 5 rounder.
Yeah. Rolly gonna have bass in his voice when Tank get finished with his ass. He ain't gonna be on that bullshit no more. I'm knock you out. He gonna be like, hey Tank, you get all my respect now. All that shit, man. And his dumbass fucking trainer. Shut the fuck up. You ain't no gangster. Nigga, you ain't fighting. Fuck you talking about. Tank will beat you the fuck up too. Just like he told you, I got work for all of y'all. All of y'all. You was a bum. You was a pussy. You was a bitch. You was a bitch. I'ma show you. I'ma show you. Yeah, talk that shit, Tank. That motherfuckers is scared as shit, bro. Rolly is petrified right now.
If Rolly takes the win, what the fuck does this kid does to boxing, dog?
Here we go. Here you go again. You must be high. No, you are high. You been smoking reefer. You high.
Yeah.
He ain't winning this fight, dog.
He might be.
I don't think he's gonna win this fight at all.
No, I think he's gonna make it fun as hell. Don't get it twisted. Don't
it's gonna be an interesting
fight. No, bro, I can't, man. No, that's not.
I can't even fathom the wildest imagination at all, bro.
No, I mean, this one is hard for me just because of the way that he boxed. Like, I mean, I respect every single boxer that steps into the ring in the world, everyone. But
but he gets hit all the time when he's hitting someone. He gets hit.
It ain't even that. Listen, Tank is a precise. He to me is the most accurate, precise puncher in boxing. That's what I see when I look at him. Because he's the type of guy that can look at you and be like, you know what? I can beat you for 12 rounds, and I can throw
5 punches alone. He can throw 5 punches and beat him.
And I can beat you because when I hit you, they whammies. They all big whammies. Yeah. I can beat you landing 10 to 15 punches around. He's so precise. Everything is intent to hurt you. Everything. And he waits and he measures and he looks for his opportunities to get those. I just feel like somebody as sharp as him, he is going to have a field day with Rolly when he comes throwing them fucking goofy punches, dog. That's just my take on it, man. That's just going to look like target practice. When he wings one of those hooks, Tank Davis is seeing that shit in Neo speed. You feel me? That's boxing IQ. When you can sit there and see what's coming before it comes.
What do Rolly have to do to try to make this a 12-rounder fight?
Fight like Isaac Cruz did. Fight like Isaac Cruz did. Put your head right in Tank Davis's chest and hope and pray he don't knock you out.
Oh, that ain't gonna work because he got both hands for this fight. Shit, Isaac Cruz lucky he had both hands for the first fight. Because if he didn't have that injury, he's gonna stop Isaac Cruz, man.
There's a ding right there. My man definitely did his work with Pitbull and working with one hand.
And then you not told me the other day, Chi, Isaac Cruz is fighting on the undercard of what fight?
I think that's Ugas.
Yeah, the Ugas fight, the Ugas Spence fight has a undercard.
Yeah.
It's got the undercard.
Gamboa.
Yo, I am very impressed with the Spence Ugas undercard. Like,
right, shout out Showtime for that one.
I'm all in from the first fight all the way on down. I'm all in. I mean, you got from Corley against Lopez all the way to the main event. I like Brandon Lee. He's fighting. Yeah, man. Stanois. I always get his name all fucked up. It's a big welterweight fight. I can't stand them. I know both of them, but their names drive me crazy. I have to be looking at their names to know who they are. But
you're talking about y'all know exactly what you're talking about.
Stanois and
Imate something like that. Imate Stanois.
Yeah. But they're both good as fuck. They both are good, and they kind of get overlooked because of the way the welterweight division is.
They do 13 wins with 9 knockouts, dogs.
No. You gotta watch the tapes. Just go ahead and watch them. They all on YouTube. They fights all over YouTube, bro. Like, they're both good as hell. They're really good. It's just that they're kind of overlooked in the welterweight division because it's so stacked. It's so stacked. Like the undercard for Spence Ugas is lit. They got my money.
Yeah, you got
got my money.
Francisco going against Josecito Lopez.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a good fight. You know what I'm saying? My man, Canadian dude, what's his name? Crawley? That's a good fight.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good measure to see where he's at. You know what I'm saying? Because Lopez is right. He gonna bring it. That's one thing. That's why he always get booked. That's why he always get fights, because he's gonna bring it every night that he fights. So it's a good test for him. The card is dope. I ain't gonna lie about that one. Now that card is fucking fire.
How you had that Cruz going down?
Isaac Cruz.
Yeah, Isaac Cruz and Gamboa. Who you think wins that shit?
Oh man, I mean, I like Cruz. I don't think he's where people put him. I think people overrate his performance against Tank Davis. But he should be Gamboa. Gamboa's a little long in the tooth. I mean, he gave Tank Davis a little go for a couple rounds, and he did a little bit with Terrence Crawford. But I don't know. And plus, I think he's fighting too big anyway. Like, if Gamboa is still fighting and he's fighting at what, 135, that's too big. Like, he was a beast at 126. Like, he's already fighting. It's just this to me. It's like a tune-up in a way for Cruz. If he loses this, it's an upset.
So there you have it. I mean, that's the tell of the tape for tonight, I guess. I mean, enough said. It really. I mean, we have all these fights coming up.
Yes, sir. It's gonna be lit. Crush.
It's gonna be nice.
We'd appreciate it, man, if you could slide through, man. We always appreciate your presence around here. You know what time it is with fight season. It's lit. It's gonna be super, super lit.
Oh hell yeah!
I'm talking about like real crazy in the next couple of weeks coming up. It's gonna be out. We're gonna be losing our mind. We're gonna have so much content we ain't gonna know what to do with ourselves. So,
right. I'll be here, bro.
Yes, we're gonna try to take advantage because, like I said, I love talking about boxing when it's boxing to talk about, and it's gonna be so much of it. So, like, I'm here for. I want all the smoke. We're here for it, and we appreciate you, man. If you could ever come through, we appreciate your presence all the time. Thank you very much, bro.
Hey, man, I appreciate being here. I appreciate the invite all the time, man. Thank you very much, bro.
Respect. Salute to you. You have a wonderful night at work, dog.
You too. Peace out, brothers.
All right. Eddie, Peace. My G.
You already know what time
it is. It's CBC.
Yes, it's always a good night with CBC.
Thank everybody for watching. We appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? And like I just said, like, I know we don't stream and post as much as we could, but yo, how can we not? The way boxing is about to be. You feel me? How can we not give y'all content with all of this stuff that's coming on? What we just talked about is just a preview. We'll be getting more into depth into all of the fights that we talked about tonight as they get closer to them. We will also be doing watch parties. We're definitely going to do a watch party for Ugas and Spence. So be tuned in for all of that beautiful fly shit that we got coming up for y'all. Eddie, you got anything to say?
Not really so much. I mean, until next time, I hope you guys please like, comment, subscribe. We're almost to 800 subscribers. If we could at least try to make it to 1,000.
The goal is to get to 1,000 subs, beautiful people. I know, but see, look, we're going to get to 1,000 subs. We're going to be posting more content. But like, comment, and subscribe. We love you guys. Appreciate you. Eddie, love you, sir. You my guy. Appreciate you. I'm Ghost.
You already know. Peace. Coastal Boxing Club. Until next time. You already know.